Are you struggling to join a list of object properties into a single string? If so, you're not alone. Today, we're going to tackle this common challenge in programming using lambda expressions. I understand how frustrating it can be when you're trying to write concise code, especially when you're learning something new like lambda. You're definitely in the right place, and I promise this will make your coding life easier. Here's the specific question we're addressing today. One user asked, how can I write a single line of code using lambda to join the IDs of person objects into a string? They have a person class with ID and name fields and want to create a string that looks like ID1, ID2, ID3. Sound familiar? Let's dive in. So what do we need to do? We need to extract the ID properties from each person object in the list and then join them into a single string. This is where lambda expressions shine, allowing us to write this in a clean and efficient way. And stick around. At the end of this video, I'll share a quick tip on how to make your lambda expressions even more powerful. To join the properties of the person objects into a single string, the user can utilize the JavaStream API. First, they need to create a stream from the list of person objects. Next, the user should map each person object to its ID. This can be done using the map function, which transforms each person into its ID. After mapping the IDs, the user needs to collect these IDs into a single string. This can be achieved using the collector's joining method. Putting it all together, the user can write a single line of code that combines all these steps. This will yield the desired string format. Fun fact, the concept of lambda expressions comes from lambda calculus, a branch of mathematics that deals with function definition and application. Who knew math could be so cool in programming? Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative approach provided by a user involves using the stream method to map the properties of the person objects. They suggest first mapping the list of person objects to their IDs, and then collecting those IDs into a list. To convert the list of IDs into a single string, the user recommends using string.join. This method joins the list elements with a specified delimiter. That wraps up that answer. Let's move on to another one. An alternative solution provided by a user involves creating two utility methods. The first method, toListString, takes a collection and a separator, using a mapper function to convert each object to a string. It returns a single string of joined values. The second method, fromListString, does the opposite, converting a string back into a list of objects using a specified separator and mapper. For better performance, the user suggests using a classic loop approach instead of streams. This involves using a string builder to append each mapped value, ensuring efficient string concatenation. Let's take a look at another answer from another user. An alternative approach to joining a list of object properties into a string involves using the collector's mapping method. You can stream the person list and collect the IDs by mapping the getID function and joining them with a comma. If the ID is not a char sequence, you will need to apply double mapping. First, map the getID function, then convert the result to a string before joining. Here's that quick tip I promised. Always remember to handle potential null values when working with streams. This will save you from unexpected errors down the line. And there you have it. You can now join a list of object properties into a string using lambda in just one line. If you found this video helpful, please hit the subscribe button for more programming tips. And don't forget to check out our next video for more advanced lambda techniques.